Yeah, that was great. He's a rookie, so to see him do this twice in 1 year, I find that really impressive. And then look at Seth Hamaker, he gets another podium too. So I look at this class and I just love the youth. I love the riders that are coming up in this 250 class, and they're showing that they're the next generation of star. Remember Justin Cooper a couple of years back as a rookie was doing similar things, very impressive. And now he's one race away from maybe winning a championship. But I do want to spend a moment to talk about Cameron McAdoo. I think he got 15th or 14th, but it doesn't matter. He won tonight, just showing how much heart he has. And I talked to Doc G about it, and he said the groin was an issue, the hand was an issue, the shoulder was an issue, the heart was no issue. And I think he proved that on this trip. And regardless of how this championship ends, Cameron McAdoo has been very impressive in 2021. He's a big winner for me this year. Thanks, Bondo. All right, welcome to Blair's Breakdown from round, they've all blended together. 15, goodness, it's late. We're gonna rush this one. It might be a little short. We might not get to see everything we wanna see because the lights are going out. We ran a little late and I gotta go to the press conference, but let's walk and talk. 450. I don't even know what to say. I don't know. I'm usually good at having an opinion. I don't have one on Cooper Webb. I don't even know what to say. Look, the guy, he was so bad on Tuesday for him, his standard. Even today, he wasn't great. He was okay in practice. The heat was definitely better. He looked pretty good. But that main event, I was thinking he was going to take the second. I actually thought Eli was going to get him at one point, and maybe even AP. And then he said it on the podium. I saw blood in the water. And it's like, when that guy has hope, they're all screwed. I just, as soon as he knew he had a shot, he completely changed. He turned it up, and he did. It's just unreal. And I mean, 10 points in the championship versus 16. That's incredibly difficult for Ken Roczen to overcome, especially the way that just happened. Thanks, guys. Later. Hey, bro. What's up? Good to see you. Hey, so, yeah, Cooper Webb, look, he is, he's something else. Like, I don't even know what sport you can compare him to, or what athlete from another sport. Something absolutely crazy about that guy, just the way he handles racing. He's a racer. He's an insane racer. Hi, Will. Safe travels. See you in Salt Lake. I love Will. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, bro. Hold on a second. Hold on. Remember a couple races ago, you told me he was going to win, and you said before the gate dropped he's going to win? Did you think that was going to happen?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. When he was in second, were you thinking, okay, this is okay. This is okay?
No, that was okay. I believe that's okay, but he's strong at the end. He proved me wrong all the time. So many of you guys know how it is.
What is it? I mean, he's just stubborn, huh? He just won't.
I think he just want to prove it wrong. Different breed.
Different breed. Hey, it's a team effort. I know how much work you guys put in from Tuesday to here. All worth it, right?
Yes, sir.
All worth it. How was this machine tonight?
Really good.
It was good. Where's the pit board? I want to send him a message.
Oh, Frankie took the Peacock this time.
Okay. Well, tell him this time he did good.
Yeah.
All right. See ya. Hey, so it ain't over. 16 points, but oh my gosh! Like, how do you? If you're Ken Roczen, like, what do you do? What do you do? You did everything right, and then one slip up in the whoops, and then. Let's just move on. Let's talk 250 and let's get to the sand. I want to show you guys the sand. Cooper Webb had a really good line in the sand. Yeah, let's hustle. 250 class. Justin Cooper, really good, really solid. Did what he needed to do to win the championship, which I think he's going to. When you're 20-something, 23, 4, 5, something like that up. Justin Cooper is going to win this championship, and it's been pretty impressive. 3 wins on the season, a couple management type rides. I thought the first Saturday here was somewhat management too. He didn't push that hard, and he did what he needed to do. And I think he's gonna get this thing in Salt Lake City at the showdown, and good job on him. Nate Thrasher, this guy, oh my gosh. When he was on the line in the very inside gate, I'm thinking, if this dude pulls a decent start, he could win it again because this track was so sketchy. There was so much going on, and he was pretty solid in that LCQ. So he did it, and that's crazy. And I told him on the podium, like, dude, we gotta separate this. Don't make it a habit. This ain't gonna work every single time. And he was great. I feel bad for Hunter Lawrence. I think tonight could have been the night, but you just have issues. That's what happens. McAdoo and Marchbanks. This is hard for me. I really like Garrett Marchbanks. I'm cool with him. I'm impressed by him, but I mean, I can't lie to you guys, right? I got to be honest. And that was just really bad timing, and that wasn't great. Look, if you're fighting for a title, or it's the last corner, or remember Marvin Musquin, Eli Tomac back in Foxborough, like, I'd say on the last lap for a win, the gloves come off, you do whatever, but that just, the timing on that, that's all. It's just, the timing was bad, and McAdoo's pretty beat up, and I didn't like it, but I still like Garrett, but I think that was just a very poor decision, and I'm sure he'll be dealing with that this week. And then, luckily for him, like everything, it'll all blow over eventually, and everyone will forget. That's how it works. But rough week coming for him, I think, at least on social media, because that was just bad timing. Let's take a look at this. Got a jam. So Webb, though, wow. Okay, so Webb ended up finding this far right side, and he ended up making some sort of a rhythm out of it. He would wheelie, drop, and I guess what's sketchy to me is you see that big one right there. Like, this isn't bad. That one. And then see how it kind of turns? Which means he's got to kind of lean and turn with it, but if you do it too much, you can do the pitch. Looks like this side was kind of like straightening up the whole thing, but you know, that's just how it goes. Look, when you find something on the track that's working for you, and you start getting comfortable with it, all of a sudden you find that extra speed. So for Webb, I saw him over here for a couple laps, figuring it out, just like the whoops, figuring it out. And once he found kind of his rhythm, like where to wheelie, where to not wheelie, he locked in. And then of course, when it came to that pass on Ken Roxon, he was so unbelievably fast up this inside line, got him up the inside in that corner and made the block. I think Kenny wanted to cut underneath him, but Cooper kind of checked up, and the door was way wide open. That's all I got to say. Again, for Ken Roxon, there was no fight back from him after the pass, and I think that when this season's all said and done, he might look back and realize that he did almost everything right, except for he just didn't deal with Cooper Webb, the individual, by trying something different. I think everything, the way he approaches things, really does work for him with everybody on the track except for with one guy, and he hasn't really taken a shot at that guy, and he had another opportunity tonight and kind of left the door open and didn't really fight back, but the bars were bent, as he said, and I don't know. This championship, 16 points, so mathematically still good with 2 to go, but it don't feel like it. I mean, Cooper came into Atlanta 15 down, and he left here 16 up. And Kenny was way better than him here, and he still found a way to gap him by a point on this trip to Atlanta. So, yep, again, I'm processing in the moment, so I don't know. I'm just shocked. I think you all are too. I didn't see that coming. Halfway through the race, I'm thinking Plessinger and Tomac are gonna get him, and sure enough, he does it. Oh, yeah, he made it. He made it.
I hope it's not too late.
It's not too late. We made it.
After the race, I totally forgot.
That's all right. The 612 shows up. I like that 612. I know. Now I know. Right?
612, you're
You
right.
got it. Hey,
Minnesota.
Ryan Dungy is with me. He was on Race Day Live.
Yeah.
Had fun today?
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, the lights are going out, so we're kind of wrapping it up. So let me just get your thoughts on, let's just go 450. Did you, halfway through, I mean, I'm thinking Cooper's gonna get passed back to maybe 4th, and then, like, what was it? What was it?
I thought the same thing, honestly, but I was over here watching, and every time Kenny went into the whoops, he was carrying a lot of speed, and I thought to myself, man, he got such a big lead, just
tame it back,
tame
right?
it back a little bit, and he had a couple side-to-side moments, and then that actually is what bit him. And then I think once Cooper saw that, I mean, that was like, holy smokes.
He said on the podium, blood in the water.
Yep.
Have you ever had a moment like that where you're winning, you crash, you get up, the bike's mangled a little bit, and you just can't get that rhythm going again, and you just fight and nothing works?
It definitely rattles you because you're in this moment, you're leading, all of a sudden it's like you go down and you're like, all of a sudden the heart rate spikes. You're like, wow, did that just happen? Now you're worried about throwing the race, like not winning. So then you start focusing on all these things that are not what you should be focusing on, right? And so I think it was, that's when everything's going good, it's great. But when something happens like that and you remount and you're still in the lead, you're like, it
takes a minute, right?
It's a mental kind of, it's a mental game.
Do you think it's one of those things too where he's trying to get it back together, but maybe by the time it starts to work itself out, two's behind you now, and all of a sudden you're like, this guy again, and
crowd was yelling.
Gets loud.
Yeah. For sure.
16 points with 2 to go. If you're Cooper, I mean, you're not in the clear, but you're in sort of management mode. You've been in those situations before where you had to really just execute. What does he do this week, I guess, to clear his mind and stay on it, but also know that you're in a situation now where you don't got to win, you just got to manage? Like, what do you do during the week?
Well, it's I think the approach is the same. I think it's nice. I think he's going to go into Salt Lake City, same approach. I'm going there to win. It's not as important, but I think it's still important to get a good finish. And you could lose 8 points and all of a sudden it's like you're only 8 points in the last. So I think he needs one more good solid run. And if he can gain a little points, awesome.
But if not, just don't lose it. But just keep it close there.
1 or 2, 3, great. But then somewhat kind of manage it by the end. But the whole thing's the same. You race to win every single time you go on the track, championship or not. But it's you just know that you have a little breathing room. It's like, hey, how nice is it? Like this guy, two guys are behind me. They could pass me. I could still win the championship.
Right.
It's not going to be like, holy smokes, if this guy gets me, it's over,
So you go for the dub, but then in the moment, you just got to make some great decisions based on the scenario.
Yep.
And know, like, I don't have to win, and you just got to manage. Yep. So do you got to be extra aware from here on out and just really know where everyone is?
Yeah.
Or do you not want to even think that way?
It's funny because people think okay, I'm going to go into defense mode, I can take it easy, and that's actually when the mistakes come in. That's when you put yourself into bad positions. Because you just raced 16 races to always be at the front, put yourself in a good position.
Which worked.
Race to
Got
win.
you there, right?
Why are you going to change it? And so I think that's the mistake some people make. Like, I'm going to manage it. And then they get nervous, and then they start thinking about champion. They get ahead of themselves. Got to bring yourself back and just execute just like you've always done.
Yep.
But yes, be smart and don't you don't have to risk it as much.
So I luckily I was smart this week. I booked a later flight so I can just kind of wake up. So I'm good. Ricky's driving all the way to Tallahassee tonight.
Oh.
I think he could use a little RD coffee.
Yeah,
Do you have any with him? You need to brew it up now and take it to him now because he's got a long way to go. And JH is with him. Yeah. There's a couple White Castles along the way. I think JH is going to try to hit. But I just found out that my RD coffee's on the way to my house.
Yeah. We'll get you set
so
up.
I'm stoked. And yeah, thanks for coming on today. Race Day Live was awesome. I think it was a good show.
Me a few things.
I did, and it's fun to have you on because again, you've won a bunch of these things, right? So it's nice to hear your thoughts on it. And what do you think now, just through this season, just as a fan? Has it been a fun one? I feel like it's been a pretty fun one.
Oh, it's been awesome. I mean, the championship's close. A couple races go. Kenny has an off night. Cooper gains a bunch of points.
Thinking it's
over.
The
opposite. Now it's like Kenny's gain more. It's just like, as a fan, it's pretty fun to watch.
So
this is what you want to see.
With that said, Ken Roxon could go to Salt Lake 1 and just messed up there. Sorry guys, it happens. It's late. Ryan, thanks again for coming. Blair's breakdown from 15. We'll do one next week. It'll look a little different though, right Shane? It'll look a little different next week. You know what I'm talking about? All right. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely.